Donald Trump has again commented on last night's Democratic presidential debate with a misspelled attack on the various candidates, this time focusing his ire on Elizabeth Warren, referring to her once again as Pocahontas, as well as talking about Michael Bloomberg and Tom Steyer. Trump starting bright and early this morning with the tweets saying, quote, "Crazy, chaotic Democrat debate last night. Fake news said Biden did well, even though he said half of our population was shot to death. Would be over for most. Mini Mike was weak and unsteady, but helped greatly by his many commercials, which are not supposed to be allowed during a debate. Pocahontas was mean and undisciplined, mostly aiming at Crazy Bernie and Mini Mike. They don't know how to handle her, but I know she is a chocker. Steyer was a disaster who, along with Minnie, are setting records in dollars per vote. Just give me an opponent." Now, does Trump mean that Warren is a choker and he misspelled it, or is chocker sort of like Cobb Pfeffy, a word that Donald Trump, according to at the time Sean Spicer, that Trump knows what it means and Trump's audience knows what it means, but I just am not in the know, so I don't know what it means that Warren is a chocker. Trump also tweeting about the coronavirus, and we are very quickly learning, and this is really scary stuff. We are quickly learning how unprepared this administration is to deal with coronavirus, having all sorts of people in important medical positions and positions related to public health that are interim people, reducing funding to many of the key agencies that would be dealing with something like a coronavirus pandemic. This is a real crisis, which we are going to be talking about in more detail. If the administration doesn't get prepared for coronavirus, people will die who didn't have to die. And Trump is making it all a political game, saying, quote, "Low ratings, fake news, MSDNC, Comcast, and CNN are doing everything possible to make the coronavirus look as bad as possible, including panicking markets if possible. Likewise, their incompetent do-nothing Democrat comrades are all talk, no action. USA in great shape. I will be having a news conference at the White House on this subject today at 6 p.m. CDC representatives and others will be there. Thank you." Now, we are not in great shape, and this is not political for me. I want to be in great shape no matter who the president is. Just because it's not a pandemic now doesn't mean it won't become one. But Trump only cares about appearances. How does he look at the coronavirus context and think about it? It's how did Obama do with Ebola versus how am I doing with coronavirus? It's optics. What kind of statements did Obama make versus what Trump is doing? This is sport for Trump. It's Trump coronavirus versus Obama Ebola. That's all it is. And that doesn't keep you safe. It doesn't keep me safe. Trump then also tweeting this morning, "Just landed. India was great. Trip very successful. Heading to the White House, meetings and calls scheduled today. CDC and Secretary Azar and all doing a great job with respect to coronavirus, briefing this afternoon." Now, of course, if you watched our coverage yesterday of Trump's trip to India, you know that it was yet another embarrassment for Donald Trump. Trump showing up at a huge rally of 100,000 Indian people, mispronouncing half of his speech while looking at the teleprompter, the way your dog looks at a speaker that's playing a recording of your voice. And meanwhile, half the crowd, as we showed you video of yesterday, was fleeing to the exits while Donald Trump was speaking, followed by a press conference in India during which Trump said that Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Sonia Sotomayor should recuse themselves from any Supreme Court case even tangentially related to Trump or his administration. We are living in idiocracy. It was not a great trip to India, and we are, unfortunately, it's happening to me too. We are desensitized to it a little bit more every day. So we'd better get resensitized to it, and pretty quickly, or we are going to be very distraught at the results on November 3rd, and we will end up with another 4 years of this atrocity. We will, of course, see what it is that Donald Trump says at that 6 p.m. Eastern time coronavirus briefing today. But we are actually going to be speaking to doctors specializing in infectious disease about what is going on with coronavirus, who, this may not come as a shock to you, know a lot more than what Donald Trump has been able to glean from the highly partisan media that he consumes on a daily basis. One of our sponsors today is Vincero Watches, giving you 15% off your entire order when you go to davidpakman.com/watch. Don't pay thousands of dollars for a high quality watch that looks great, because you don't have to. All of Vincero's watches are made with high-end materials, masterfully built, and they look like something you'd spend a ton of money on. But every Vincero watch ranges from about 150 to 300 bucks. I went over to their website and picked out the Bellwether in silver and white. Really nice, elegant look. It's a chronograph style. Wore it to a gala over the weekend. And a lot of people asked me, where's the watch from? Really, really great look. Totally different. They also sent me the Altitude in matte black and red, a much more rugged view of what a watch can look like. Really like it as well as the athletic strap. It's a new year. It's a new decade. It's time to reestablish your style, add something new to your look, and a high quality watch is the perfect way to do that. You can get 15% off Vincero's entire collection when you go to davidpakman.com/watch.